Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mucky Duck here in Houston, Texas. Thank you all for joining us. Those of y'all out there, thanks for tuning in. My name's Monte Warden. I'm going to do a bunch of tunes I've written. Here is one that I wrote with my wife, Brandy, one called Love Song Every Day. You make me wanna write a love song every day, inspiring the word upon the page. You are the perfect rhyme that thrills me every time and makes me wanna write a love song every day. You make believing easy. You make my dreams seem not so far away. You are the only one who ever truly sees me. You make every little thing okay. You make me wanna write a love song every day, inspiring the word upon the page. You are the perfect rhyme that thrills me every time and makes me wanna write a love song every day. The more we travel down this road together, I'm less inclined to worry where it goes. Sometimes it's in the grand pursuit of treasure. Sometimes we're just rolling with the flow. There isn't any other one who understands me like you do. So is it really any wonder that my life began when I found you? Make me wanna write a love song every day, inspiring the word upon the page. You are the perfect rhyme that thrills me every time and makes me wanna write a love song every day, inspiring the word upon the page. You are the perfect rhyme, thrills me every time and makes me wanna write a love song every day. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. Once again, welcome to the Mucky Duck. Those of y'all watching there at home or wherever you are, you got your Venmo and your PayPal information. Also, for the Mucky Duck, please remember, feed the front line. You can buy a meal for first responders, keeping everybody safe and healthy. That's a really neat deal that Rusty and Teresa have going here. I'm going to be doing tunes off of Wagoneer stuff, off of solo stuff. Earlier this year, I put out an album, primarily my original jazz stuff, Monte Warden and the Dangerous Few. Those of y'all in the club, we have a little Monte Warden shop there. You can go there and go to Venmo or PayPal or put your money in. Or, I mean, really, I couldn't stop you if you needed to steal one of my records there at the holidays. I know, but people have done worse, I bet. But right now, I'm going to do a tune that the Wagoneers recorded. Actually, Carrie Underwood also recorded this song of mine. But the Wagoneers did a really cool version of it, one called It Hurts Too Much. My love was true right from the start. I fell for you and I gave my heart. You took my love, tossed it away. I gave enough, so starting today, you won't harm my dreams, you won't mean anything. I'll be the one I I'm moving on and closing the door. It hurts too much to love you anymore. Been wasting time since you've been gone. Spent my nights crying over what went wrong. But through every tear, I thought somehow you'd come back here. But that's over now. You won't haunt my dreams, you won't mean anything. I'll be the one I was before. I'm moving on and closing the door. It hurts too much to love you anymore. No, you won't haunt my dreams, you won't mean anything. I'll be the one I was before. I'm moving on and closing the door. It hurts too much to love you anymore. It hurts too much to love you anymore. It hurts too much to love you anymore. Thank you very much. Vernon, is that you? Merry Christmas, brother. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I can about see the people at home better than I can with y'all with these lights here, but not the first time I've been under interrogation lights before in my life. Truth be told. Often indicted, never convicted. This next tune, I've had like 2 or 3 songs that have changed my life, and this is one of them. I wrote this tune with Bruce Robinson, and George Strait recorded this song 16 years ago, and it was a hit for him 14 years ago. And here just a couple months ago, Josh Turner recorded this same song, and it's on his latest record. Josh, this is so cool as a writer. Josh, on his newest album, it's called Country State of Mind, he cut his 12 favorite country songs of all time, and one of my songs is on it. It's like, man, out of all the songs out there, I know it's a neat deal. I know. So this song has changed my life. As a writer, once you've written a big old hit, you forever have a seat at the grown-ups table, and this certainly gave me that. So I'm going to do a tune of mine, wrote with Bruce, that George and Josh have helped make famous, one called Desperately. Every night it's the same. I hear you calling my name. You're lying next to me. I give in to your charms. You disappear in my arms. I realize it's just a dream, but desperately I long to feel your touch. But you left me all alone in love. I shake the sleep from my head, try to crawl out of bed. Today is just another day. I make the coffee for one, I turn the radio on, pretend that everything's okay. But desperately I long to feel touch. You left me all alone in love. I got no reason to smile, it's gonna take me a while. I still love you desperately. I watch the sun going down, there ain't nobody around. I feel a night in the breeze. I keep on telling myself I don't need nobody else, and I can do as I please. But desperately I long to feel your touch. You left me all alone in love, and now desperately I long to feel your touch. You left me all alone in love. Every night it's the same, I hear you calling my name. I still love you desperately. I still love you, I still want you, I still love you desperately. Thank you. Thank you. It is always nice to get to sing a hit song. I wondered for years what that felt like, and then I had one, and boy, it was even better than I thought. I'll tell you that. This next tune I'm going to do is off of that Monte, Warden and the Dangerous Few album we just put out in June, and this thing got just incredible reviews. The cat at the Houston Chronicle, Mr. Dansby, called it a stunning debut, and I know the magazine called it an instant classic, and it wound up, I was telling my buddy Ron right before showtime, actually I didn't know it was during the show and I had to jump on stage, but it made the first ballot of the Grammys in 6 different categories, and yeah, I know, we had no idea, like this little record my wife Brandy and I put out ourselves, but it's a great band. If you get a chance to check out the record, it's Monte, Warden and the Dangerous Few. You can go to thedangerousfew.com if you want to get vinyl or CDs. Except for you folks here tonight, you can just go get one over there. But I want to do this. Oh, and they make great Christmas gifts and late Hanukkah gifts and what's the other one? And early Kwanzaa gifts. They make great those. So here's a tune that Brandy and I wrote with multi-Grammy winner Floyd Domino, one called Anything But Love. My heart tried its very best to capture love, never guessed the closest it would ever get was not at all. So I crossed love off my list, eager to explore what else there is, and bravely tossed my cap over the wall. I'll take Sherman in Atlanta, Christmas without Santa, or any portion of despair thereof. Conversely, give me dreams and riches, a fountain full of wishes. I'll take anything but love. Some prefer the carousel, spinning round, standing still, all the while never gaining any ground. For others it's the moving train, enchanted by new terrain. Either way it's all the same, for I have found I'll take Sherman in Atlanta, Christmas without Santa, or any portion of despair thereof. Conversely, give me dreams and riches, a fountain full of wishes. I'll take anything but love. Give me Sherman in Atlanta, Christmas without Santa, or any portion of despair there. Give me all the dreams and riches, a fountain full of wishes. I'll take anything but Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Oh, I'm hearing applause from there. There's people over there. Hey! All right. Oh, you know, it's so funny. When the lights are this bright, and you know, you've been doing this a while, and it's important just to, if you see movement, you can't tell who's there, just to smile or you know, make a move. And I remember one of the first times after I'd learned that had been pointed out to me by, well, I'm just going to tell you, that had been pointed out to me by Emmylou Harris. And you know, I'm not much of a name dropper. Me and my dear friend Tom Cruise can't stand name droppers, but anyway, I don't know Tom Cruise. But anyway, I learned, you know, like if you see movement, you can't see anybody. So like I was working this joint, and there was movement over here every now and then, movement over there every now and then. So I was doing that, and when the show was over, there was absolutely nobody over there, and it was a fan with streamers blowing. I was like, oh, I've been flirting with the fan with streamers all night. But anyhow, you live and you learn. I've never told that story before. That's so silly. I know. I'm going to do something for my buddy Ron Ross is here, and I got to know him when I was touring my very first solo record. So I'm going to do something off that record. I know he loves it. I'm going to do a song called Don't Know a Thing About Love for my buddy Ron. Hold me, show me that you never let go of me, 'cause I don't know a thing about love. Honey, I just can't resist you, and from the first time that I kissed you, I know I've never felt this way before. I used to have to dream about you and spend the lonely nights without you. I don't need those dreams anymore. So hold me, show me that you never let go of me, 'cause I don't know a thing about love. Is it right to think about you all the time? Is it wrong to wanna make you mine? So take my love and treat me tender, darling, all the while remember I don't know a thing about love. So hold me, show me that you never let go of me, 'cause I don't know a thing about love. No, I don't know a thing about love. Thank you. Thank y'all. It is so nice. Oh, every time I get to do this, applause. But you want to talk about something that as a performer, I've been doing this since I was 14. You just kind of take for granted, or as my wife's family in Tennessee says, granite. But anyway, it is so nice. And I really thank y'all for coming out. And those of y'all watching, as soon as you feel ready, don't go before you are. But we appreciate the folks that have live music right now so people can come out and we musicians can do what we know how to do best and just entertain y'all. But I know it's a weird deal, but it is for everybody, not just pickers, of course. But thank y'all for coming out and tell everybody you did it and it was fine and, all that kind of stuff. Maybe go do it again soon, but I don't know. But anyway, that's important for me to say just as a performer. But I'm going to do a tune right now that I have done one other time. Brandy, Floyd Domino, and I just wrote this song. We just finished it last week. I mean, this is a brand new song. When I say new, that's not like some showbiz BS. This thing is brand new. I got the words right here. I'm going to put the chords here, too, because it's got some fancy piano chords from Floyd Domino. But I feel like picking it, and really, if I mess it up, I wrote it so I can say, oh, I wasn't a mess up. I planned that. That's what I wrote right here on the paper. But it is called To What Do I Owe This Love? Pardon me if I sound square. Looks like we found something rare. I don't know, maybe someone does. To what do I owe this love? You may be my answered prayer, some unforeseen spellbound affair. No matter the reason for where this is leading, if I'm even deserving of. To what do I owe this love? Have the stars aligned? Did my ship come in? Or is Cupid taking pity on me? There ain't no explaining that sweet combination of Mother Nature and chemistry. Well, have the stars aligned? Did my ship come in? Or is Cupid taking pity on me? There ain't no explaining that sweet combination of Mother Nature and chemistry. Well, pardon me if I sound square. Looks like we found something rare. No matter the reason for where this is leading, if I'm even deserving of. To what do I owe this love? Well, no matter the reason for where this is leading, if I'm even deserving of. To what do I owe this love? To what do I owe this love? Thank you. I know. Thank you. Thank you, brother. It's nice when the new songs get applause too, instead of, "Hey, good to see you're still writing," or something like that. No, that's a fun one. And once the band, I'm able to play with this band. It's so funny. We put out this record in June. The band hadn't picked a show since March. Brandy and I are still writing songs for this group, but it's like this record that we put out. And when I say an independent label, that's not even it. The label is me and Brandy at our dining room table. Y'all buy a record, and we just, address it up and take it to the post office. And this record, and I've been making records since I was 19 years old, major label records. And this record, we didn't tour it. Band didn't play one show. It charts on the national charts with no promotion. It makes the first ballot of the Grammys in 6 categories. So maybe that's my secret is to not make a record, not perform it at all. I don't know, but boy, it goes against all of my lifetime of training. But Brandy and I were talking actually yesterday morning. She said, "Boy, can you imagine we get to do another Few record, and then hopefully this thing will be over and you'll be able to tour it." And I said, "Yeah, or maybe that's not at all what we want based on everything else. I don't know." But I'm going to do a tune right now. It was the title track to my group, the Wagoneers' debut album. And the Wagoneers were one of the very, very first alt-country or Americana groups. We got together in 87. We put our first record out in 88. So this, like the Wagoneers, we predated the Mavericks or the Bruce and Charlie Robinson or Kelly Willis or Dale Watson or any of those people that are kind of considered first-wave Americana. The Wagoneers were before even that. So we have a neat little place in country music history, I reckon, without saying. Maybe that's for somebody else to say, not me. But anyway, we sure were there. But this song here was the title track to our debut record. It's about the Battle of the Alamo. I'm a 7th-generation Texan. I was born here in Houston, as a matter of fact. My family came to Texas from Tennessee in 1832. They fought at the battles of Behar and at San Jacinto. And then after they got a bunch of land, Texas couldn't pay their soldiers in money, so they paid their soldiers in land because they had so much land. So our people got a whole bunch of land after San Jacinto because 7 of them fought in that battle. And there were only 700 soldiers that were there, and 7 of them were my kin. But then we got all our land, and then we lost it after the Civil War, and my people wound up in Houston, and that's how I came to be. And then my dad got a job in Austin. Yeah, I'll tell you, here's kind of a weird story. My dad was a salesman. He was always a salesman. He's one of those guys. What's the saying? He couldn't sell ice to the Eskimos. He sold ice to the guy that sold the ice to the Eskimos. He was a great salesman. But he came down to Austin for his job interview in 1966, when before my mother was even pregnant with me, and it was literally the day after the Whitman shootings, Tuesday, August 2nd, 1966. And he got offered the job, and he came home and convinced my mother that Austin was the exact place she wanted to raise kids after something like that. And he said that was the best sales job he ever did, was convincing my mother to come to Austin. Anyway, so I wrote this tune when I was 18 years old. It got me my first publishing deal. It led to my first record deal. It just changed my life. This song is one of the best friends I ever had. I love this song so much. It has, when I was a little kid, man, I would dream big dreams about being a songwriter and having other people record my songs, and I've seen that dream come true over 100 times. But it all started with this song, one called Stoughton High. They gave us all this land and promised a new start. For we who tried and lost, now they say they want it back, and take it back they will. They said any cost. Come on, Sandy Anna, give us your best try. Come on, Sandy Anna, these walls are stout and high. One by one, day by day, the enemy floods the plains. There must be thousands out there. Colonel Travis talks of help. I hope it's coming soon. Help is our only prayer. Come on, Sandy Anna, give us your best try. Come on, Sandy Anna, These walls are stout and high. The Sunday dawn burned fiery red, took away your cut the eye. Look out, boys, here they come. The more we kill, the more there are, the closer that they get. The louder beats the drum. Come on, Sandy Anna, give us your best try. Come on, Sandy Anna, these walls are stout and high. The fighting at the northern wall seems to have stopped. Did you see Travis fall? God save Texas and my kids, have mercy on my soul. Great God, they're in the walls. Come on, Sandy Anna, give us your best try. Come on, Sandy Anna, these walls are stout and high. These walls are stout and high. Thank you. Thank y'all very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, those of y'all watching on the Facebook and the YouTube, there's that Feed the Front Lines if y'all want to buy a meal for first responders here in the Houston area. There's also my patronage info, the Venmo and PayPal and all that stuff. It's weird as a musician to ask for people pitching in like that, but that's just where we are right now in the world. But if y'all are able to, and as long as it doesn't make things tight in your house, we'd appreciate it. But anyway, I'm loving getting to pick for y'all this evening. There is no substitute for playing in front of people. I'm gonna do another tune off of the Dangerous Few album. It's another one my wife Brandy and I wrote, and it's called Not Since Love Come Along. Early morning, unsure of the hour, just another day in this little life of ours. You ask if I still like this, not since love come along. Same old coffee cup, always feel just right. Same sweet lips know just how to say goodnight. You ask if I still like this, not since love come along. I love your laugh, the spell it casts, and your slow southern drawl. I even love your little moods and attitude. Baby, I love it all. I love your laugh, the spell it casts, and your slow southern drawl. I even love your little moods and attitude. Baby, I love it all. Setting sun, signals soon, familiar horizons with the rising of the moon. You ask if I still like this, not since love come along. You ask if I still like this, not since love come along, not since love come along, not since love come along. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank y'all. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Thank y'all. I'm going to do that was a pretty jazzy number. I'm going to do a gut bucket country song after that. That's usually the best way to do it in a set. Play a little jazz and a little country. This tune, it's another one that, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call an audible right here. Got up the line, read the defense. I'm going to do something else. It's still a country song, but this tune, Bruce Robinson and I wrote, and it was the first time we ever had one of these songs of ours cut. This is even before George Strait cut Desperately. The Giesenslaw brothers recorded this song of ours, and it wound up being their last chart record. But we wrote this tune. We were driving home from Nashville, and this would have been, my goodness, I don't know, 95 or something. Both of us had just, had our hat handed to us up there in Nashville. And they were saying, you guys might want to consider hocking your guitar, so it wasn't that good of a trip. So, but we knew we were good writers, and we knew that, you have to have that in this business. You have to have that at all times. I am right and they are wrong. If you don't have that, it doesn't matter how good you are. You've got to have that. But anyhow, so we were driving home. It was about a 14-hour drive because we couldn't afford another hotel night, so we drove home. And we got talking about Hank Williams, how much we love Hank Williams, how much everybody loves Hank Williams, and how much songwriters have a debt of gratitude to Hank Williams. But then we got to talking. Actually, his wife Audrey, his first wife Audrey Williams, was just straight up, she was a despicable person, and she mistreated Hank so much and just humiliated him, and just a garden variety tramp, And but if she hadn't been that, and he had been a happy person, we don't get You Win Again, and I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, and Your Cheating Heart, and songs like that. I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. So Bruce and I were talking, man, we need to write a song that just says, thank you, Miss Audrey. That's what Hank called her, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. So we did, and here it is for y'all now. I want to thank you, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. Every time a woman does me wrong, I long to hear the sadness in his songs. He knows that my world's been torn apart. I want to thank you, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. There were times it seemed my only friend was the bottle and You Win Again. So many nights I don't know what I'd do without your cheating heart and lovesick blues. They're all I have to see me through. Every time a woman does me wrong, I long to hear the sadness in his songs. He knows that my world's been torn apart. I want to thank you, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. Sometimes it takes the darkness of the night before a man can know he's seen the light. Hank shines the light that broken hearts can see, and left this world with songs that set us free. Wish they'd done for him what they have done for me. Every time a woman does me wrong, I long to hear the sadness in his songs. He knows that my world's been torn apart. I wanna thank you, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. I wanna thank you, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. I wanna thank you, Miss Audrey, for breaking Hank's heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As I said, that was a chart record for a group called the Giesenslaw Brothers. And the Giesenslaw Brothers got together in the early 50s in Austin. Matter of fact, they were the first Austin act to be signed to a major label. They were signed to Capitol Records. And they were on Ed Sullivan's show and the Arthur Godfrey show, and they just had this neat career. They always did a bunch of novelty songs, but the leader of the Giesenslaws was this brilliant disc jockey named Sammy Allred. And Sammy was just a neat guy. He's friends with Elvis and Jimmy Dean and Glenn Campbell and all those guys. And they all just loved him. But he told a lot of jokes, and he was real good at it. And while I was singing that song, I was thinking this story, this true story. But when I got here today, there were these two people over at the bar, and this broad daylight, just some barfly and some dude having a drink, and the barfly said, "Well, hello there. I haven't seen you here before." And the guy said, "I had never been here before. I hadn't been anywhere in 20 years. She said, "Well, where have you been?" He said, "I've been in prison." She went, "Prison? What'd you do to wind up in prison?" He said, "Well, I chopped up my wife with an axe." And she went, "So you're single?" That's a Sammy Allred joke. That's a great joke. Anyway, I'm gonna do a tune off my first solo record. I'm gonna send another one out to my buddy Ron. This might be his favorite song of mine. I wrote this tune with Brent Wilson, the lead guitarist for the Wagoneers, the upright bass player for Monte, Warden, and the Dangerous Few. And actually, because Brent is from Houston, he went to Walthrop High School. That's right. And so he and I had this hook of something that this girl's got you burning hotter than a car seat in hell. Because, man, that'd be hot. And Brent, growing up in Houston, he went, and here's his North Houston accent. He goes, "Man, you know what's hotter than a car seat in hell?" I went, "No." He goes, "A black vinyl car seat in hell." Growing up in Houston, man, I couldn't ever wear shorts in my car. So anyway, we wrote this tune. And this song's actually, it's one of a couple songs of mine. It's been re-recorded by different artists. We call them cuts. Like 15, 20 times. Hadn't been a hit record yet, but something's been cut that many times. It'll see the light of day. It's one called Car Seat. Baby, gonna fetch some water. Pour it on me so that I don't melt. Can't you see you got me burning hot than a black vinyl car seat in hell? I was taught to never play with fire. You get too close and you just might get burned. Ever since I gave in to desire, well, I've forgotten every little thing I learned. So baby, gonna fetch some water. Pour it on me so that I don't melt. Can't you see you got me burning hot than a black vinyl car seat in hell? I was taught to never play with fire. You get too close and you just might get burned. Ever since I gave in to desire, well, I've forgotten everything I learned. So baby, gonna fetch some water. Pour it on me so that I don't melt. Can't you see you got me hotter than a black vinyl car seat in hell. Well, baby, baby, go and fetch some water. Pour it on this soul that I don't melt. Can't you see that you have got me burning hotter than a black vinyl car seat in hell? A black vinyl car seat in hell. A black vinyl car seat in hell. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take just a second and tune up. Yep. Because as good as it sounds so much better. I wrote these songs in tune, so that's where I wanted my guitar to go. But this guitar right here, I've had this since I was 12. This thing stays in tune just about better than any guitar I've ever picked. I feel like doing the last two songs over. That sounds so good in tune like that. But anyway, I'm going to do another song off the Monte, Warden and the Dangerous Few album. Those of y'all watching, I'm pointing over there because that's where they're for sale here in the club. If you want one, go to thedangerousfew.com and we'll get you a CD or a vinyl. Boy, it sounds good on vinyl. We did it on 180-gram vinyl, and that's like the top of the line. I didn't know, vinyl from a hole in the ground, but that's what they said. All the best ones are made, and it really made a difference. Anyway, here's this tune. It's a sexy, slinky little thing. Closest I ever get to a dirty song is right here. But I wrote it with my wife, Brandy. And if you know Brandy, she's just filthy. So this makes perfect sense. It's one called Here Kitty Kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, I'll come out and play. Oh, you know it's in your nature to misbehave. Here, kitty, kitty, swish that tail. Oh, what a pretty little feline Jezebel. Be my smitten kitten, perfume vixen. You're the very definition what a tomcat wants. Here, kitty, kitty, come see what's new. Oh, you know the curiosity's killing you. Here, kitty, kitty, for meeting me halfway. Oh, it'd sure be a pity if you went astray. Be my smitten kitten, perfume vixen. You're the very definition what a tomcat wants. Be my smitten kitten, perfume vixen. You're the very definition what a tomcat wants. The very definition what a tomcat wants. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Once again, thank you guys for coming. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, everything. Thank y'all for watching, tuning in there on the YouTube and the Facebook. And thank the Mucky Duck and Rusty and Teresa for having live music and making this work and getting creative with serving food so they could, I don't know, dodge some rules or whatever the heck's going on there. But really, really appreciate it. They are really courageous for having live music. I don't reckon they hardly ever stopped, really. So it's really a testament to their commitment to songwriters and pickers and stuff. So always remember the Mucky Duck. Yeah, absolutely. God love them. And really, and thank y'all for coming out. Goodness gracious. Not like it's like, hey, we'll just go in the car and go see Monte. It's it's an interesting deal. So Brandy and I say prayers of thanks every chance we get for people that are supporting live music right now. This next tune I'm gonna do, it's a song of mine that I'd said earlier about Car Seat, been cut 15, 20 times. This song has been recorded over 30 times, this song of mine. But as I said, had never been a hit record yet, but if a song's been cut that many times, it's certainly a hit song that just hadn't found its place yet. But it's been in a couple, 3 TV shows, and it was in a big movie. It was in a Kevin Spacey movie, and that used to be a neat deal to tell people, and now, you know, it's in one of his movies. It wasn't in one of his home movies. It was just one in a movie, you know. But anyway, it's a song that's done me a whole lot of good, and my favorite version of this song, an Austin singer named Tony Price recorded this. You get to hear her version. She does it up brown for sure. But here's one called Just to Hear Your Voice. I call you on the phone every night about this time. I've been feeling so alone. I hope that you don't mind. Don't you know your leaving has left me with no choice but to call you on the phone just to hear your voice. I don't see how you could know the way I'm missing you. I'm not sure I can let go, but believe me, I'm trying to. I call you on the phone every night about this time. I've been feeling so alone. I hope that you don't mind. Don't you know your leaving has left me with no choice but to call you on the phone just to hear your voice. I'm not over you enough to throw my dreams away. The problem is I love you a little more each day. I call you on the phone every night about this time. I've been feeling so alone. I hope that you don't mind. Don't you know your leaving has left me with no choice but to call you on the phone just to hear your voice. I call you on the phone just to hear your voice. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. Gonna do another tune off of the Dangerous Few album. This is another one Brandy and I wrote. with Mr. Floyd Domino. Floyd has 5 co-writes on this record. Now, those of y'all that don't know, Floyd Domino is a multi-Grammy-winning piano player, and he's played piano with, Waylon Jennings and Merle Haggard and Asleep at the Wheel. He's one of the founding members of Asleep at the Wheel, and he's just a brilliant, brilliant player, great songwriter. And we wrote this tune together. It's like I said, it's on that record. It's called Martini, and it's so much fun to play. Y'all are really gonna dig it. But if you ever get a chance to hear the Dangerous Few version, I mean, this thing rocks. There's horn and piano, and the guys just really, really cut loose. So if you get a chance to hear that, I don't know how you'd get a chance unless you purchase a Dangerous Few record. Which, boy, you do that, and it's song 2. You know, it's right there. But anyway, here's one called Martini. There's a blend that's blown up coast to coast for all the grown-ups whose name epitomizes swank and class. Martini served in its proper glass. No cold beer or hot toddy makes you feel like you're somebody in quite the way the right martini can. So put the right martini in your hand. Shake, 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 martini. Cause a stir, martini. Make more martini. The best bet for wet bikinis or extra dry martinis. The perfect combination by the pool. No cocktail more personifies old school. Nothing jump starts her libido like martinis and tuxedos and the swagger that together they exude. Just mix gin, vermouth, and attitude. Shake, 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 martini. Cause a stir, martini. Make more martinis. Forget Mai Tais and mojitos. That's the country club mosquitoes. Just what it is that whets their appetite. Martini drinkers on a summer night. Shake, 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 martini. Cause a stir, martini. Make more martini. Shake, martini. Cause a stir, martini. Make more. Shake, shake more. Make more martinis. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, that calls for a drink of water. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This tune I'm gonna do for y'all right now. It was off the Wagoneers' first album. It was our second chart hit, big old Billboard country chart hit. I mean, the Billboard chart's not some, BS online chart the kids have come up with, but the real chart, by gum. And I got to, the Wagoneers got to pick this on national TV. I think it was ABC TV when they still had Saturday Night at the Opry on, and we got to play this song on the Grand Ole Opry. And my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, were still alive, and they were just always so proud of me. It didn't matter if I played the Grand Ole Opry or the, opening of a pack of cigarettes. They were very, very proud of me, But it was so neat getting to call them and tell them, because they watched the Opry every Saturday. And I got to tell them that I was fixing to do that. And it was one of my favorite memories of incredibly blessed career. They lived here in Houston. Both my dad's folk, my mother and daddy are from here. My dad's folks, like I said, they came from Texas by way of Tennessee, 1832. They came to America, 1704 from Ireland. The reason why they came to Texas, here's a cool little tidbit, is back then Texas was part of Mexico, and the Mexican government would give away free land for people that would come and settle, and you had to be invited, and you were legally here, but part of your admission price was you had to kill off Indians, so it wasn't like the most noble invitation anybody ever heard of, but they were Catholic, and so where they had never been able to worship freely, you had to be a Catholic by Mexican law in the 1830s, so they were able to come here and celebrate their faith. And my mother's folks were immigrant Jews who came here from the Galveston movement. And the Galveston movement was, there were, all the ships came up through Ellis Island and in Pennsylvania, and they crossed the North Atlantic, and that's where all of the Jewish people came from. And then there was something after the Civil War where the town fathers, the city fathers, the leaders in the South, because the South lost an entire generation of learned young men with potential in the Civil War. So they said, well, let's invite some Jews from Europe over, because they're doctors and scientists and school teachers, and these are learned men, and they can come here and settle. Well, it wasn't that big of a successful deal at all. It was actually kind of a failure, but some Jewish families came over from Europe. And then, in 1912, the Titanic sank, and they stopped doing shipping in the North Atlantic during the winter months. And the shipping magnates realized they were going to go broke if they just stopped shipping 6 months out of the year, so they started coming up through the Gulf of Mexico, and that's why there were so many Jews in Miami and Houston. Anyway, my grandparents were part of the Galveston movement, and I bet you didn't know that, and I bet you didn't think you were going to hear that story at a club on a Saturday night. If that isn't a Saturday night story, I don't know what is. But anyway, so that's how my folks got here, and truth be told, they should never have ever gone on a second date. Their whole romance was based on pissing off their families, and mission accomplished in that. But and I'm glad they had me. But that's about as far as they should have taken it. So I'm gonna do this tune that I got to tell my grandmother, my grandfather on my mother's side that I was fixing to pick on the Grand Ole Opry. And one more thing, I called my grandfather Big Daddy. This was like on Thursday when we got added to the show, and I said, "Hey, how are y'all doing?" He said, "Good. Where are y'all?" I said, "Oh, we're in Nashville. We're on tour." And I said, "Are y'all gonna watch the Opry on Saturday?" He goes, "Of course we're going to watch the Opry. We never miss the Opry." And I said, "Well, sit down for this. The Wagoneers are going to pick the Opry." And I didn't think there was any ambiguity in that. And he goes, "Well, what the hell do you mean?" And I said, "Wagoneers are going to pick the Opry on Saturday night. It's 8 o'clock. So we did this tune right here. Tom T. Hall brought us on. Roy Acuff took us off, and it's called Every Step of the Way. What I want to say to you, it's so hard to do, though it's been said a million times, a million ways. I can offer nothing more than what lies in store, but who could promise more anyway? The day brighter, I'll always do my best, come what may. But you can bet that I'll be there beside her, holding her hand every step of the way. I'd like to spend all time just knowing that I'm loved by you as you are loved by me. Take the gamble with me now, and we'll sooner find out how all of our tomorrows will be. I don't know if I can make the day brighter, I'll always do my best, come what may. But you can bet that I'll be there beside her, holding her hand every step of the way, holding her hand every step of the way. Wow. Thank y'all so much. I have played that song thousands of times. I've never ended it like that. Boy, I wish I'd done it on the record like that. That sounds fantastic. I recorded in '88. It's probably too late to go back and fix it, but that sounds pretty darn good. I'm going to tune one more time. I hope just one more. All right, there we go. Yeah, all right. I'm going to do a tune now that actually had a request. Somebody saw online that I was fixing to play here this evening. And they are watching all the way up in Pennsylvania, but wanted me to play this song. So I'm gonna absolutely do this for Kelly in Pennsylvania. Wanted to hear this tune. Another one Brandy and I wrote. Hadn't had a chance to record it, but I hope we get to. I sure hope we get to. But it's a fun little thing called Champagne. Hang on, one more. Okay. These songs sound so much better in tune. Okay, here's Champagne. She'll dance the night away in your arms, Perrier Jouet, your Prince Charming, the Cinderella girl. Two hearts begin to twirl into one. Fall in love, the first taste of champagne. Patiently you wait for your shot. They underestimate what you've got. Now the deal is done, and you have won once again. Oh, when the deck is stacked, 'tis your attack, champagne. Just like bubbles in the glass, none of this will last. Understand, there's no victory too small. Celebrate them all while you can. Just like bubbles in the glass, none of this will last. Understand, there's no victory too small. Celebrate them all while you can. Secretly we share yesterday, each the other's one got away. But for circumstance, we'd had the chance at love. Ah, c'est la vie, at least there'll always be champagne. Thank you. Man, for a guy that doesn't drink, I got songs called Martini and Champagne, and that's something. Well, then again, I didn't die at the Alamo. Wrote a pretty good song about that too, so I guess it's all right. I got this song list here, folks, and I left out one of my best friends, and I play this song just about every time I ever step on a stage. This was the very first hit record I ever wrote. Also did that on the Opry, with Every Step of the Way. This song was off the Wagoneers' first record. It was our first single. It's called I Want to Know Her Again, just a little old country shuffle. But boy, howdy, that was the very first time I ever... I love singing and I love performing. I'm just so blessed. Since I was 14, I've had the same job. Not many people with like paper routes when they're 53. But I have the same job I've had since I was 14. So blessed. It's certainly come in a lot of different shapes and sizes. But this tune was the very first time I wrote a song that made the charts, and it just kind of just meant that I was probably going to get to do this for at least a little bit. And when you start in this business, the first thing you get is just soul-crushing, overwhelming discouragement. Because primarily, not because people are mean, primarily, when you start out, you suck, but no, I mean, you do, because you just got to get better. And the only way to get better is by doing it more. So, but this song, I wrote it when I was 19 years old, and it was a hit record by the time I was 20. And it's just a fun little country song, and I always pick it, and I don't know how I missed it off the list, but probably because I got all excited talking about the Galveston movement. Man, I can't believe I brought that up. Anyway, here is I Want to Know Her Again. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. But lately she wouldn't know it, 'cause I haven't seen her, and I haven't told her, and I haven't been there to show it. I wanna know her again, I wanna feel she's my own. I can't remember when we spent time alone. I wanna know her again, I wanna treat her right, find out how she's been, then hold her tight. I've been doing well here at my job, and I've heard there are big plans for me. But what do they matter if I'm too busy to see her? 'Cause without her, where would I be? I wanna know her again, I wanna feel she's my own. I can't remember when we spent time alone. I wanna know her again, I wanna treat her right, find out how she's been, then hold her tight. Find out how she's been, and then hold her tight. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you. I've got time for one more song, and this just has been such a great blessing. Thank y'all for coming out. Please tell your friends, your neighbors, you went out and heard live music, and everything was just cool. Everything was fine like it ought to be. And those of y'all watching, you got your Feed the Front Lines right there for the Mucky Duck. Great program that Rusty and Teresa at the Mucky Duck have. You got my patronage info right there, Venmo and PayPal. And as y'all are leaving, if you want to get any swag, it's right over there. But I'm gonna do this tune that's off the Dangerous Few record, and it has taken on a life of its own. This song has been streamed just a couple million times out of nowhere. People have just really dug this song that have heard it. Nothing weird was going on when we wrote it, but we just didn't know it was going to affect people like it has. But we're blessed that a connection has been made. So I'm going to do this tune for y'all. Thank y'all. God bless you. Merry Christmas. This one is called Joy. You gotta find the joy in everything you do. Try to avoid the darker avenues you must employ. The light inside of you, oh, you gotta find the joy. I don't mean to imply that this is easy. I recognize the heavy task at hand. That said, don't make it harder than it need be. There's just one simple thing to understand. You gotta find the joy in everything you do. Try to avoid the darker avenues you must employ. The light inside of you, oh, you gotta find the joy. When you find life is suddenly uncertain, and you're too afraid to take another step, down, huddle up inside and draw the curtains. Let go of no and just embrace the yes. You gotta find the joy in everything you do. Try to avoid the darker avenues you must employ. The light inside of you, oh, you gotta find the joy in everything you do. Try to avoid the darker avenues you must employ. The light inside of you, oh, you gotta find the joy. Oh, you gotta find the joy. Oh, you gotta find the joy. Thanks. God bless y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah.